my last one, because Miami was my second one. This is one that it bothers me how much people shit on this. I think that a lot of college football fans and SEC fans are so used to the stigma of this program that they always, like, if you bring them up in making the playoff or maybe being like one of the top 4 teams in the conference, they laugh in your face. But look, Kentucky was a quality team this past year, and despite having a number of deficiencies and Devin Leary not being very consistent, they still won a respectable amount of games. I really like what they did in the portal, and I think that it's not getting propped up enough of them going and getting one of the most underrated receivers in Jamori Macklin, who is Jeremy Macklin's little brother or cousin, I believe. There's relation there.
Stupid at North Texas last year.
He was unbelievable. A guy that I've paid attention to as a draft prospect that if he declared could have gone somewhere on day 3. And then Jamon Dumas Johnson.
Day 3?
Yeah, somewhere on. He's a very talented receiver.
No,
very talented.
I made it to day 2.
It's a very talented receiver class, so it kind of would have been a little tricky for him to
Okay,
sneak
fair enough.
Jamon Dumas Johnson didn't leave because he wasn't good enough to start at Georgia. It was just because a young guy stepped up and was a little bit better than him, and it was time for him to move on and go somewhere else. And then I love that Chip Traynum is going to be the next running back that they're going to rely on replacing Ray Davis. The big question mark is can Brock Vandergriff be their version of Will Levis, and can he be a steady pillar for them offensively, or is he, is there a reason why he couldn't get on the field at Georgia?
Here's the thing with me with Kentucky. I talked about them on Monday or Wednesday of last week on our SEC show. Joe, get this. I'm a sucker for old teams. Always have been, always will be. Get this. Now, this can obviously change when the spring portal window opens, okay? Did you know that they have 18 juniors and seniors on defense? 18.
That's insane.
They had 2 defensive tackles last year that had 5+ sacks. The problem with Kentucky last year was not them defensively. They would break sometimes because the offense in Devin Leary was so bad they couldn't move the ball. But they got Maxwell Harrison, the corner, who had 5 interceptions last year returning. They got De'Eric Jackson, the middle backer, who is going to be either the middle backer or the will that's going to be next to Dumas Johnson. Joe, he had 89 tackles last year, 2 picks, 2 picks and 2 sacks. But J.J. Weaver, okay, his 6th year, okay, at Kentucky, he had 7 sacks last year. 7.
It's a lot of production. It's a lot of production that's coming back.
By the way, the only thing that they got behind them are more seniors and juniors who have played a lot. Here's an interesting thing. I know when you say this, Kentucky, I don't know, Joe, if they can go and run because they have one of the more brutal schedules in the SEC this year. I don't know if they can get to 9 wins. Joe, I don't know if they can get to 10 wins.
Well, so that's the big if for me is that it could go horribly wrong, or not horribly wrong.
I don't even think 8-4 is horribly wrong, to be honest with you.
That's why I cut myself off there. They could get chewed up and spit out by their schedule, but still play really good and have 8 wins. But I think if they have the capability to be what Missouri was last year, to just burst onto the scene, get an unexpected win and win 9 games, and then be that 12th team that gets into the playoff.
Name an unexpected win Missouri had last year.
Expected win.
I'm going to tell you
the Kansas State was a little unexpected, and that's a really good. That's actually a very good. No, they kicked the crap out of Tennessee.
A 75 Tennessee.
They smoked. I think Tennessee had maybe I'm wrong, but they smoked them. They weren't expected to beat them that bad. They smoked them
out. You're right. They choked them out, but that's arguably their best win. So.
Good point.
All I'm saying is, okay, I understand what you're saying. It's just I think that Kentucky's schedule is so brutal. Joe, I don't think that they can make it. I really just don't think that they can make it to a playoff. But
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. Bet online, where the game starts.